Hey, I'm back. Got my trusty beer, and today we're gonna do a short clip. Been overdue for 5, 6 days now. I took a small trip with the wife over the weekend, didn't get around to recording, and so we went up to northern Vermont. If you aren't around here, they get a bunch of breweries up here, northern Vermont, stuff like that, and so we went to Lawson's Finest Liquids, and that's what I'm drinking today. Double Sunshine, double IPA, kind of got a nice citrus taste to it. Amazing beer. Next step up from the sip, and that'll be the bright yellow again. And step down from the Triple Sunshine, which is amazing, but that comes in a can the size of a soda can, because it's got a little bit of alcohol in it. This one here is a 8%, and I believe the triple is, I don't know, 10 or 12 or up there somewhere. Anyway, I went to a couple breweries, so enjoyed the weekend off with the wife, didn't get to record anything. So today's just gonna be a quick little short. I'm not gonna go through the car yet. It's an upcoming project, hopefully within the next month or so, depending on weather. You can see over my right shoulder, I don't know, it might be left on the video, but right there is my wife's 1750 Camaro. That's not really a project, it's just the wife's car. It's in the way. It's her summer car. That'll be a V6 automatic. No, I think it's like 6 or 8 speed auto tranny in it. 50, it's not the 50 with all the decals or anything, it's just 50 because it's 17, it's 50 years from the original. And over my left shoulder, right there, is the car that we're gonna play with today. This car here has got motor work done to it, which we'll go through more in detail when the time comes. It's a little dirty, been sitting, scratched the battery. Anybody's got any kind of clue what that car is, feel free to comment. Until I pull it out and we actually go through the car and do an intro to the channel and start working on it, I'm not really going to say much about it other than that it's a Pontiac, and it's a 4-door, which you can't really see behind my head until I move. You can see the 2 sets of handles, and depending on what circle you travel in and get the conversation about these cars, a lot of people like to claim them to be the holy grail, and they are a pretty badass car. I've got the 10SS, which is in a cold start video that I started this channel with. You don't really get to see the car. Hopefully my next video will get to cover that car and I start working on it. But waiting for it to warm up because I don't have a lot of room in here, and I gotta be able to move the car a little bit to get to it because it's pretty tight with 2 cars side by side and one sideways in the back. So anyway, we'll get after it with this Pontiac. She's got contributed to the noise coming out of it. She's got vararam ram air intake, which is fairly functional to what's coming to the front end of the car. I'll show you later that it's a goes over the top of the radiator, sucks air in out of the grill, and it stuffs it right into the throttle body. And it's got the front ram style of throttle body to it, so it's fairly efficient. Came with a K&N cold air. I believe it was possibly the driver's side behind the headlight. When I bought it, it had that in there already, and never had a factory intake in it. However, can't remember how many. If you read the site, it says it guarantees so many rear wheel horsepower to the car and the rear wheels and everything else. And not to knock on K&N for fans that like them. I mean, I've got one in my Camaro right now. It's a cone style filter, because the one that came in the filter box that's in that, I'll show you later, that's functional ram air, but it's a different variation. The filter that was in that was junk. So at the moment, it's got a K&N cold filter, cone filter in it. And after that, like I say, it's got motor work done to it. And from there, it goes into stainless steel headers, all the way straight through the tip. Oh, you can see right there. It's got dual exhaust, dual straight pipe. I don't believe there's cats or much of any cats in it. It came with the exhaust, but it's all kooks, right from the front to the back. And this puppy barks. So she's been sitting since October. Battery weren't dead, but it was on the verge. It went up the dome lights and everything. I haven't tried starting it yet. But October puts us at almost 5 full months of sitting around and cold start and fun stuff like that. Start up, let it run for a minute. I ain't gonna let it run too long because you get stuff behind it, but give you a rough idea what this pig sounds like. And before I do that, I'll probably end the video right after I let it run for a minute and give it a little crackle. And we'll start with this. Anybody's had this, likes it, anything at all positive, negative to say about it, how much, yeah. Have you been to the brewery yet, Waitsfield, Vermont? Good stuff. Let me know what you think of this beer. It's good stuff. I'll start that thing up. I say I ain't got time to go through it right now. It's kind of buried here. We'll go up overhead, and you can see the Camaro's back right up to it. So, yeah, let me know what you think of how she sounds, and anybody's got a rough idea what that car is, feel free to comment. And next video will be that, hopefully it will be that SS that's kind of buried under boxes and got the big wing on the back. Whew, that thing's burning rich. Fucking burning my eyes. Be that SS Camaro back there. Like I say, the descriptions. She's still, I don't know if you can see that in video or not, but she's still smoking. She's still smoking. Woo! So, like I say, she burning my eyes. I think I put like, goddamn, close to 100 or better octane in that thing. She likes it. She moves out in a hurry. We'll get into detail on that later. We're gonna do some the Pontiac here. We're gonna do some brake work to it, a little bit of motor work. Getting cold too. Some other stuff. There's a list of stuff to do to it. It just been sitting for a couple of years, and it's time to break her out and let her breathe. My wife likes it a lot, and it's been sitting, and we've been contemplating what to do because I couldn't find the. Sorry, still burning my eyes. Couldn't find brake calipers for it because they're hard to come by, and I finally found that. And the front passenger side brake calipers pretty well seized right up. It's on as it works, but it doesn't like to release completely. It's uninspectable the way it is, and I lowered it with an eibach drop kit and never got around to winding it. So front tires are pretty well spanked, so it's gonna need tires, and we're looking at wheel options now. We're gonna do this because I got a good deal on these. But when I threw one on, the wife wasn't a big fan, and I'm not really sure it's gonna clear the front. Pretty well sure that if it, I didn't have the lug nuts to put them on when I tried one on, but I don't think it's gonna clear the front fender. If it clears the front fender, it's gonna hit the wheel well because the offset's off and they just sit out too far. So probably gonna stay away from those. And I got some of the Camaro SS wheels. Think about throwing those on because they look slick. Probably need to be repowder coated or repainted or whatever. But wife trying to get hold of me. Like I say, we got projects coming up and all sorts of fun stuff. And when I dig that car out, we'll go through that car. And next project, we'll go into that Camaro back there. I got some fun stuff coming up with that. I just gotta make room in the garage to be able to access it. Right now, we got a lot of plastic totes in here with stuff in storage, and I gotta organize it and straighten it out here in the next day or two so I can get to recording the next video Sunday. And yeah, like I say, let me know what you think of that cold start. And man, been a couple minutes, still burning my eyes. Like I say, that and the beer. Let me know what you think of the beer. Had it, want to try it, never had it, don't like it. Let me know what you think. Hopefully I'll be back in a couple days. Have a good night.